Put us
What
on your phone, YouTube.
what's going on, guys? Johnny G is yelling in the background, but how's it going, guys? Welcome to another HFD AFL podcast. I'm your host, Chris C. Johnny G, the special guest
What's
tonight. How
up?
you going, Johnny G?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good, mate. Good to have you on board, man. We missed you last week.
I know. What was I doing? I was working.
You were working, man. I don't know what you were doing. You were just like, But guys in the
I was
chat,
watching.
we got the King of the North.
Hey.
Also, in the chat, guys, if you can hear us okay, please let us know because we've had technical difficulties before. So if you
They were
just let us know, guys, if we're echoing or anything like that. So
and they were hilarious, by the way.
that were hilarious, guys. And
Oh my God.
if you're brand new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, yeah, guys. Also, check out our merchandise at hfdmerch.myspread.com.au. Oh, sorry, myspreadshop.com.au. So, yeah, guys, check out our merch. We got Stay Hunky t-shirts and the Stay Hunky hoodies. We got the Father Jim, Where's Father Jim uh, mug, the coffee mug. We got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. We got a few polishers. We got hats. We got everything, guys. So check out our merch. Um, helps us out in the channel as well, guys. If you purchase that. So, but yeah, man. How about you, man? You gonna get some merch or what?
Yeah, I want to get winter's coming up. I'm looking at the hoodies. I really want to get a hoodie. And maybe a mug, for those cold winter nights, have some hot chocolate.
Yeah, and what better way
Yeah.
to drink a coffee in a 1-800 Where's Father Jim?
I know, because I just love looking at Jimmy's thumb head.
I forgot to I forgot to mention as well, guys. We are doing a giveaway, which I'll bring up right now. It's to help us reach 1,000 subs on YouTube, and once we reach 1,000 subs, we will be giving away a HFD hoodie and a PlayStation voucher valued at $100. So
Oh man,
get us to one.
that's like right up my
Yeah,
alley.
man, get us to 1,000 guys, and I'm telling you,
Mm.
you might win an awesome prize. So. But
So how are we doing it? Name out of a hat, or?
yeah, just a name out of a hat, man. Some of our followers will win it. So we had the giveaway till 500 subs, and one guy did win it. So and now we're doing to 1,000.
Mm.
So we're nearly there, man. We're at nearly 700 subs. So nearly about 300
Wow,
and a bit to go. So yeah,
come a long way since
we.
Nordberger.
You're a laugh, man. But anyway, man, we're here to talk some AFL. So this is
Yeah,
we're here to talk
yeah,
some AFL. Look, I've got the round six ladder after last week. Now I'll bring it up. So Melbourne still sits on top of the table, man.
yeah, yeah. They're looking
They
good,
are
aren't
looking
they?
good. You got Frio sitting in second, so that's a big surprise to me. You got Brisbane in third, Sydney Swans in fourth, fifth is St Kilda, Geelong in sixth. Then you got Carlton in seventh, and Collingwood in eighth. They round out the top eight. What do you think about that top eight, man? Would you think, like, before the season, that would be your top eight coming into round seven?
There's a few surprises in that top eight, I have to admit, and yeah, there's a few surprises that are in the bottom half as well. So, yeah, I would not. I don't think anyone could have predicted this top eight at after round
No
five.
way, no way. And you know what? Ninth is Hawthorn. They've actually done okay, like, for what I thought they were going to be. And then the Crows, man. The Crows are sitting 10th. What do you think about
Yeah, I'm very excited as a Crow. The young players are showing a lot of spirit, and the future looks good, really good.
that? Yeah, and the Western Bulldogs sitting 11th. I was surprised with that one. I thought they would be a bit higher. Um,
Hmm.
Richmond at 12th, Gold Coast Suns at 13. Port Adelaide has moved to 14th, like, and with a bit of a healthy percentage at 93.9. So I was really happy about that. We'll talk
Hmm.
about that game soon. GWS Giants as well. They're 15th. They're a bit disappointing this year. Essendon, obviously, at 16. And West Coast Eagles, horrendous at 17. And North Melbourne, everyone knew North Melbourne was going to be down the bottom. So, Yeah, man, that is the ladder. So,
Yeah.
what a
Well,
round it was, man. I
we
mean,
can
it
still.
was it was Thursday night. Was yeah, like feels like a
We
long
can,
time ago because now it's Thursday. But
yeah, yeah. It was a Friday night game to kick off from last week. There was no Thursday night game. And same with this week again. So no Thursday night game
that's why
again.
we're here Thursday, guys. So what?
So the teams are out, I
Well, let's
think.
go through the round six, and give our thoughts.
Yeah.
What was the first game?
So the first game we had GWS versus Saints, and this was in is it Manitou Oval? That's
Yeah,
in Sydney, I believe. Yeah, well, look,
no, it's in
it was a.
Canberra. It's in Canberra.
Oh, it's in Canberra,
Yeah,
right? Um, GWS had to win this game, and they just couldn't keep up with Saints. It was only 17 points in the end. Toby Green was back, and he looked a bit rusty throughout the game.
yeah, but he gave him
Um,
some spark though.
yeah,
Like he did give him some spark, didn't he? Didn't he, Johnny?
he did give him some spark. He did, but just wasn't enough for GWS to get over the
No.
line. And I think that loss, I don't think they can make the eight this year after that loss. So going down to the Saints, Saints looking good, and they come out 17-point winners. What do you reckon of the game?
Yeah, I think GWS could have won it, but I think St Kilda just had too much class in their forward line. What's their forward guy? The guy from Richmond. I can't remember his name. He just
Uh,
what's his name again? The guy from Richmond.
uh, Butler?
Nah, not
No,
Butler. Anyway,
uh,
Higgins. Yeah, he
Higgins.
played a
Yeah,
good game. So yeah, just once they got started rolling with everything, it was yeah, it is what it is. But
yeah. Saints looking like they've improved this year from last year. They've a lot of people had them talking about them last season,
yeah,
but
yeah,
they're stepping it up this
yeah.
season. So
Just before we continue, we've got a few people in the chat. So Chris Goff says it sounds good. Hey Johnny G from Chris Goff.
hey,
Merch looks awesome. He says. Very surprising to the eight. So he was surprised as we were the top eight. Mr. Laughlin's in the chat as well, saying, "Hi, I can't see you guys yet." Or you can, and then he goes, "Oh, he can see us now."
hey, Lockley,
And then
what's happening?
Chris Goff goes, "Refresh, Mr. Laughlin. That might fix it." So, and then one of the Karen sisters is back, guys. Beth Karen is back, and she's asking a big question: Where is KP, Chris? Tell him I miss him. So,
We're
so
doing our OnlyFans channel for
KP's
KP.
out soccer training at the moment, so that's why he couldn't make it tonight. But KP will be
Yes,
back,
yes,
and I'll let him know. I'll
he
let
will
him
be
know
back.
that the Karen sisters miss him. So
He's got some fans,
he
KP,
does, he
doesn't he?
does. Well, he looks like
He
Jason
does.
Momoa a little bit, with that hairstyle. So
I know it's
it's
that
that
man
man
bun
bun,
just
man.
gets him
Just
up.
gets the ladies. So anyway, what's the next game, Johnny G?
The next game was the game of the round for me. It was the Crows against Bulldogs. This
Oh,
was played in Ballarat, and the advantage is always with the Bulldogs there. And Crows walked away 1 point winners. And to be honest, Crows could have won by a bit more there. They were a bit how do you say, weren't hitting the target. They weren't getting. They could have gotten more goals in the end. Got a lot of behinds and a lot of easy shots were missed. But I'm happy for the Crows to get the 4 points, and yeah, we are running smoothly right now.
I watched that game and I was surprised because knowing them going to Ballarat, they've never won in Ballarat, and to beat the Bulldogs over there is a big ask. So
Yeah,
I think Tex Walker in that forward line makes you guys so much better. I didn't think I'd say that this
yeah,
year,
that's
but
true.
that clutch goal at the end from the
Mm.
boundary, oh, I mean, that won you guys the game.
Yeah, we kicked 8 goals,
Yeah,
15, and they kicked
I
nine
watched it, and you
goals.
guys
Like,
should have been way more in front.
yeah,
Look, you guys are still young, and there are still errors,
mm,
but definitely heading in the right direction, man. I'll be pumped if I was a Crow supporter. Like the future does look bright. Your midfield like Ben Keys, man, he's a gun. He's a gun, and um,
mm.
even your back line looks good, like with Laird drifting in there, and running off the halfback line.
Yeah, Butts
But
Butts has really become really good key defender for us, and
yeah,
McPherson's not too bad.
and you know what? I was actually
Um,
surprised with Frampton's game. Like he looked all right.
yeah, like he's improved. I'll put it
Yeah.
that way.
So
I do like Himmelberg as well as a tall. We've got some good talls. Phil Thorpe can't get in the side right now.
that's big. That's massive, man.
Um,
Because he's a good
yeah,
player.
like I'm pretty shocked off. He's very promising, a high draft pick, obviously, and he can't make the side right now. So it just goes to show where the Crows are at in the forward
Yeah. Look,
structure. One thing the Crows were lacking in the past couple of seasons, they were really slow, but I think they've really put up the tempo, and we're a much faster team this season, and that's why we're getting results. I believe we're just not. Our ball skills aren't the best in the league, obviously, but the commitment and the speed that the Crows are putting in are getting results.
and the
So
pressure, you
I'm
guys
very
do put a
happy.
lot of pressure on the ball carrier. So, and that's what you need, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
once you do that, man, you're gonna make the other team make more mistakes when you do that. So the more pressure you put around the ball carrier, and yeah, the skills will come, man. The skills will come in time.
Mm.
Like it just takes games. But I mean, yeah, Tex Walker really makes a difference, huge
Yeah.
difference up forward.
He really takes. I think he takes the pressure off the other young forwards around
Yeah,
him when he's in
yeah,
the squad. So yeah, good to have him back, and he lifts that forward line, and he lifts the whole team. And now that Sloaney's out for the whole year, we need experience in that squad.
Do you think
So
like do you think you guys play better without Sloan there?
it's hard to say. Like Sloan, I'd rather him there than not
Yeah,
there. Just because we're young and the boys need experience right now.
yeah,
But it's good that these young lads are going to get games under their belt. We've got so many players that haven't reached 50
yeah,
games yet. So yeah, it just opens the door for another young Crow to come through.
yeah. Well, that's it. Well, that's what you want, I reckon, because you want to have, in a couple of years' time, you want to have these ready players ready to come in and do their job. So Sloan's not going to be there forever.
No.
He's aging, and maybe it's a blessing in disguise, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So
And where do you think the Bulldogs are at now after the start they've had to this
I
year?
don't know, man. I mean, they've got who I don't even know who they got this week, but like if they keep losing, I mean it's not impossible to it's not impossible for them to make finals. They should make finals, but
Yeah, I mean, where are they? They're
they're not. I don't know,
they're
man.
11.
They're very they're good, but like they pretty much shut out. McRae didn't get much of the ball. Like I was watching McRae because this is my
Mm.
super coach. And if
Yeah.
you nullify him, then yeah, they're not as good. I don't know, but Liberatoria obviously was really good. But if you can nullify at least one of their players, one of their gun midfielders, you're going a long way to beating them. So I don't know. They're in a bit of a hole at the moment, man. So depends.
I don't know why they're playing Montempelli up forward full time. Like he's
Midfielder,
more of a
yeah.
midfielder than a
He
forward.
might be.
So
He might
I don't.
be carrying an injury. We don't know.
Yeah. So, but it does not working out for them. Obviously, they're only 2 wins and 4 losses, and look, they can still make the finals, but they don't look like a top eight team right
Nah,
now.
nah.
So
There's a few other teams that are playing way better than them. Like,
no, that's Crows are one of them. You know what I mean? And Crows were
yeah,
talented to be, maybe 10th at best
yeah.
this year.
Nah,
So.
definitely, 100%, man.
Um, Yeah, so disappointing from the Bulldogs. They got to get their their shit together if they want to make
Yeah,
finals
I
this
just think
year.
they lack in the forward department where like they just got Norton up front. They don't really have. Um,
Yeah, they normally got Bruce, but he's out. I don't know how long he's sidelined
yeah,
for,
yeah. They normally
but
have Bruce, but like having your go-to player just Norton, I reckon that
yeah,
limits you. I mean, when he's on, he's on. Don't get me wrong, he's awesome, but I think
yeah,
when he's not on, then it's hard to find your goal kickers. I guess I don't know.
yeah, that's right. So Bulldogs got a lot of work to do.
They do.
But yeah, it was a great win from the Crows, and yeah, very excited that they're coming back to Adelaide for a home game, and we'll talk about that later, obviously.
Before you hit continue, man, Zakal says, "Hi, Chris. Johnny G, how are you? Where's KP and Jimmy T tonight? And go the Sydney Swans." So, And he says
Yeah.
hi to everyone in the chat.
Yep.
Hi, Zakar. We're doing really well. KP is at soccer training, and Jimmy T has got a dinner date. So
Nice.
I'd be laughing right now if Jimmy T was here. So lucky.
Yeah. You just look at him and you crack
But
up.
thanks for coming in, Zakar. We love that you always come and bless us and are always in the chat supporting us, man. So thanks a lot. Anyway,
Mm.
what is the next?
Next,
What is
next,
the next game?
next game will be would have made you smile over the weekend.
Indeed.
Port Adelaide defeating West Coast here in Adelaide at home by 64 points.
No. Get it
I
right, man.
mean,
84 points.
84 points. I'm sorry. Yeah, West Coast kicked the first goal in the match. I think that was the only thing that I could take out of that game for West Coast. The rest was all
Well,
Port Adelaide.
I won some
So
money on that game, and I was pretty happy with that. But
yes, I saw that bet, and it was a pretty crazy bet.
it was a crazy bet. But look, Port Adelaide, they got their mojo back. I was watching the first quarter, and it was like 1 goal, 8 each in that first quarter. It was really like, oh
Mm,
no, here we go again. Like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, the second quarter, bang, they just started to play. They just started to win the ball in the middle. They were cleaner.
yeah.
They knew where their goals were. Their forwards started to kick goals. Rosie in the middle was awesome. I think
Mm,
that's where he's going to play. And yeah, we just picked apart West Coast like they were nothing. Like, it was like witches' hats, really. And then
yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
win we needed. So look, I'm not saying we're out of the woods yet, but definitely a win that the supporters needed, the team needed, and just for morale. So yeah, great win, man. I was heaps happy. So
Yeah.
after a win, you feel good. You know what I mean? Not like, uh, yeah,
Yeah. Especially a win like that. It's a big confidence win for Port Adelaide, and that's what they needed to really kick off their season, even though they've
yeah.
sort of came out the
I
gate
mean,
slow. You know what
it's
I
still
mean?
going to be hard to make finals from here, but I mean,
Yeah.
technically you still can do it, but it is hard. But at least
Yeah.
coming from that Carlton game, that comeback, at least they came out and played the way they played, the way they wanted to play. Bar that first quarter, that was, yeah, but
I think statistically, Port could only they can only afford maybe to lose four, maybe five max for the whole
yeah,
season
that's
now.
right.
I believe so. They're going to have to win majority of
Yeah,
their
yeah. So
games
look, it's
to
going to be
get in with
hard,
that eight.
but look,
Yeah.
if they can, look, I mean, being a Port supporter, like it's a premiership or nothing, but we have to be realistic. Like, you lose your first
Mm.
5 games, it's going to be hard. So as long as they give the effort, man, and it's a tight, and they play, they get bashed off the
Mm.
park, then that's all you can ask for, I guess, for now. So I think
Yeah, I think Hinkley putting Rosie in the midfield was a great. Yeah, you should stick with that
I think
decision going forward. I
it
believe.
was a great move, and I think he should stay in the midfield if you can run out games in the midfield, just put him in there. Maybe give
Mm.
maybe give Berkey like a rest, and
Yeah, he's done it a lot for too long. He needs help in there. Like it's
that's
him and
right,
Wines, and
that's right, and it is.
you've got Drew and stuff like that, but they're not on the level as of Rosie has the potential to be like a
That's
Wines
right,
or a Boak.
that's right, and
What I mean?
anyone else
So,
as well. Like Carl Amon was dropped from that game, and
oh
he
really? I
came in
didn't
and he
notice.
had a good game, so he scored a goal, and
Yeah,
so I don't know
yeah,
what they're going to do this week. I don't even know what the team. Have you got the teams up? Or when we do the teams after
yeah.
the
When
ins
we
and
get the
outs?
teams
So
up,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm not sure who they're going with this week, but it was good to see him have a good
Mm.
game and really say, yeah, I am a good player. You shouldn't be dropping me. You know what I mean? So, and what also I'm happy with as well. One last thing, the ruckman, Sam Hayes.
Yeah, I just brought him into my Supercoach
Yeah,
team.
his rucking was like, even for his second game, I thought was fantastic. So he's a big boy.
We're gonna need him
We're
now,
gonna need him,
so
so he's gonna
you're
learn
gonna
the
need
hard
him.
way, man, and that's the way to learn. So
Mhm.
no, he did really
Yeah,
well. And it was good to see them using Finlayson and Marshall up forward. They played really well. Scored.
yeah. He kicked the
Yeah,
bag, didn't he,
yeah, yeah. So
Finlayson? So
that's what we got him for. So to have a good
yeah,
game finally for him, it was really good. So we'll see what happens this week. It's going to be a tight test this week, but yeah, we'll talk about that coming up.
And for West Coast, season over?
Yeah, they look terrible. I mean, from a team that was feared, like 5 years ago to now.
They sort of made it competitive for the first 20 minutes, but
Yeah,
it was
they
done.
just
They couldn't keep
they
up.
lost a Yo, I think, in half time, so that
Yeah.
didn't help. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's not like they have bad players. Like they've still got some guns in that team playing for them. So
I think they're gonna have to. Do we do a mid-season trade draft swap,
I think
whatever it
they
is?
do. I think they
Because
do.
that they should offer a lot of their players up for trade and see who they can get in, like youngster wise. Because I think they should just start again.
Yeah, I mean, Shui
Um,
was playing, but he didn't do anything.
yeah, Shuey's so injury
Yeah,
prone. It's
yeah, he
just
is. He is, man. And I don't know, man. Like, yeah, if I was a West Coast supporter, I wouldn't be happy. But they've been up the top for a long time. So I don't
mm,
know, man. I don't know.
all right.
I don't know where they go from here. But yeah, they've got a lot of dark days ahead. I think.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, moving along, that was a good win from
Oh
Port.
wait, before you go, Chris Goff says last quarter of the Carlton game week before was a good sign. So yeah, for Port.
Yeah,
So we'll see, man.
yeah, you could definitely see a W for Port that
Yeah,
game.
that's right. Anyway, next game.
Next game was Freo versus Carlton. Freo ended up winning by 35 points. Is the bubble been burst for Carlton if they ran their race?
Is this like deja vu? This always happens, doesn't it? Like Carlton will just like storm out of the blocks, and then you know everything just comes crashing down. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, they come against the Fremantle team who are looking really good right now. Who are
Yeah,
actually, I think they're second on the ladder. Did you
yeah. I
mention
think
before?
they are second on the ladder, and Frio. I think Frio are going to be hard to beat in WA. So
Yeah,
tough
tough
match.
match,
I
tough
think
match.
Cripps had a good game, which is good.
Yeah, this game I didn't watch. I was actually busy, so I didn't actually see the
Yeah,
game
but I
of
think Cripps
this.
had a good game. I didn't watch the game either, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just think Frio are going to be really hard to beat over there, man. If they can keep winning and make home finals,
Mm,
get a couple of home finals, then you never know, man. They could be premiership contenders. You just don't know. But I mean, they
yeah.
haven't been tested. I don't know. Like, have they played Melbourne? No. Have they
No.
played Geelong? No. Have they played? So we'll see. In the middle of the
Mm,
year where they're at, but yeah, they're looking really good, man. They got some really good youngsters in the middle, Brayshaw
mm.
and who else is there? Brayshaw. There's a few other
Yeah.
ones. I can't remember the names of the Freo players.
Sarong. They got Sarong. Um, Obviously you got Mundy's
Mundy,
experience.
Fyfe's coming
They
back.
recruited. Yeah, they recruited Brody from the Gold Coast, who's absolutely
Yeah,
blitzing
he's in my
for him.
Supercoach team. That's right. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, is on
Yeah,
mine as well. So he's doing really
yeah.
well.
So they're a
Uh,
surprise packet, man. No one thought they're going to be at that.
they got some tall timber with Lob and Tabana and Darcy. Yeah, they got a good mix, man. They could be a dark horse
They
this year,
they
to
could
be
be, man.
honest.
And I mean, proof will be in the pudding. Like maybe about 5 or 6 rounds
Mm,
in to see where they're at. But yeah, man, if they can keep winning at home, anything can happen,
mm.
man. I mean, all you got to do is catch Melbourne on an off day, and you can win the premiership. You know what I mean?
Yep,
So,
that's it.
um,
That's it.
no, and Carlton, I don't know, man. We'll see in the next couple of weeks where they're at. They're still seventh. They're still seventh.
Yeah,
So, are they going to? I don't know. I just don't know, man. I just don't know.
yeah. They're one of those teams. You know what I mean?
You can't
Just
pick like
it's Carlton. It's
yeah,
Carlton.
like when you
So
tip, it's hard to tip them or tip again. Like you just don't know what to do. So, but
yeah,
I think they're pretty reliable at the G though. Like if you're tipping them at the G, depends who they're playing. But if it's an interstate team, they should get the chocolates. But I mean, you could see
yeah,
like in that second half against Port Adelaide, like they just started to lose their structure. They just started to
yeah.
So I don't know,
Yeah.
man. We'll see what happens. Vossi's a new coach,
Well,
so he's still like learning. So his play.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they're, they're still amongst it at the moment.
yeah, we'll see
So
what happens there. But
um,
anyway, what was the next game?
next game was North Melbourne versus Geelong. I didn't see this game either, but North lost by 10 goals. This was played at Bloodstone
Yeah,
Arena.
I mean, this was everyone would have picked the Cats to beat North Melbourne. Nothing new there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't understand how a team like North can be bottom for so many seasons. It seems like
Oh,
forever they've been
Brad Scott
there.
destroyed them, man. He
It's
destroyed it, and now he's
like,
destroying the game with his new rules and shit in his position as the whatever he's doing in the like how he does all the rule changes and shit. So um
mm,
nah, like yeah, they're in trouble. North Melbourne, I mean they're still building, but how long can you build for, man? You know what I mean? So
I mean, yeah, it's just maybe they'll come good with all the draft picks they're collecting over the
well,
over the seasons, but to be bottom again at the moment is a
well,
surprise.
I thought
So
they did alright in a few games this year, but I mean
yeah, they were surprisingly good against Sydney
yeah,
in
I know
Sydney, and they did beat, was it
they
West
beat West
Coast?
Coast, yeah,
They beat West Coast.
but everyone's beating
So
West Coast really, except for
um,
Collingwood.
I would say before the season start, North might beat the Crows. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
My
yeah.
team, if it was played in Melbourne, but now I'm not too sure. I think the Crows might touch them up in if we played them right
Yeah,
now.
100%,
Um,
100%. So
so
Geelong are just cruising, but I'm not rating them
yeah,
massively like Brisbane. Did Brisbane beat them the week before? Yeah, I think so. So
yeah, the
no,
tight
they beat
tight
Brisbane.
game
I
I think it
remember.
was. Oh, they
No, but
beat
they
Brisbane.
lost the
That's
game
right.
the week before. I can't remember who they lost to.
Oh, yeah, Hawthorn. They
They
lost
lost
to
to Hawthorn.
Hawthorn.
Yeah, the Easter Monday.
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, and then they've come out and just gone whack at North Melbourne. That was always going to happen, I guess, after a loss on Easter Monday. So
yeah. I mean,
um, it is what it is, man. What can you do?
back to back to the drawing board for North, and yeah, like you said, Geelong going along smoothly, I
We'll see
guess.
how they go. I'm not convinced on Geelong at all, man. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, the next game, this was at Metricon. We've got the Gold Coast Suns versus the Brisbane Lions, and I think it was sort of tight majority of the game. Oh, not really. Yeah, Brisbane sort of kicked away here. It was 52-point winners to the Brisbane
Yep.
Lions. Is Brisbane just starting to get into some good
Well,
form
I
now?
actually tipped the Suns to win in an upset, but I
I think
yeah,
so,
you
though.
did, man. I think Brisbane are starting to reach another gear. So um,
Yeah, I think they started a little bit slow this start, but
they're
they're
come
coming good. They're third on the
third
ladder
on the
right
ladder. I
now.
think they're probably the most genuine contender for against Melbourne. I think at the moment. Um,
Yeah, I mean, when you go through their squad, they've got some
Yeah, yeah.
talent.
So I think they're one of the, I said Frio could maybe, rattle the cages if they keep going, but I think
Mm,
Brisbane's been there, done that before. They've been in, consecutive or, how many final series have they been in the last few years? So, they,
yeah. They've got a relatively young, middle-aged sort of squad. Like when you look at their experience, you look into people like
yeah,
Rich and Zorko who aren't that old. Um, you know what I mean? But the rest of the team are mid-20s to younger, and they're really
yeah.
good. And you got Danaher
Danaher
obviously as
up the
well.
front. Bailey Smith was not Bailey Smith. Zach
Zach
Bailey.
Bailey,
Is it
who's
Zach Bailey?
really turning out to be he's
Oh, he's a
turning out to
gun.
be a
He
really
scored
good
six on
player.
the weekend, man. Six.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's he's turning into a player. He's stepped up another level
Yeah,
this season.
that's massive, man. 6 goals for a small little. He's a midfielder, isn't he? A midfielder?
Yeah, yeah, he's sort of like he can play in the mid and he
Forward,
goes
yeah,
up
yeah,
forward as well. So he's sort of like a drifter in between those two
yeah.
spots.
So
Um,
to
look for me, Brisbane's one of the teams that got really good foot skills, really good foot skills, and they're quick. So yeah, like you said, they are number one contenders to Melbourne, and I think Kerry tipped them to go all the way this
he
year.
did, he
So
did, he did. So oh no, they're
yeah,
looking good, man. And
so
Gold Coast, look, Gold Coast is just doing what the Gold Coast Suns are doing. I think they're better for the run. they're improving as well. They didn't get like smashed by like 100 points. They were with them pretty much all the way until the end. Gold Coast,
Yeah.
just have to be patient with them as well. They're playing some good footy though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So it wouldn't be easy being a Gold Coast Suns fan since the
no,
beginning.
it
So
wouldn't. There's nothing to smile about at the moment, but it is what it is, man. But yeah, Brisbane are the real
yeah,
deal, man. They can definitely give Melbourne a go. I think definitely.
definitely. Well, the next game we've got Tigers versus the Melbourne Demons. It was a pretty low scoring game. Melbourne ended up winning by 22 points here. I didn't watch this game, but Richmond were winning at halftime, and they sort of kept it close by three-quarter time, but Melbourne sort of kicked away in the end.
Well, yeah. So, do you see how many points the D's actually scored? Like,
Yeah, 9 goals, 22 Melbourne. So they missed a lot of
so
chances
yeah,
by looks
it's
of
like if they kicked straight, forget it. It would have been a demolition. But yeah, I just think Melbourne are just coasting, man. They're just doing what they got to do to win. They're not
Yeah,
they're not going too hard. They're not going, but they're just good enough to win. And the good thing about Melbourne is they play different styles, man. Like they can go slow, they can go hard. They just got a total package, man, of a team. So, um,
they're controlling the
oh,
games, aren't
they
they?
control the whole game. You can't, Um,
Yeah,
Richmond, without Dusty, they look dusty.
yeah, true, true.
So yeah, Richmond are not the same side they were 2 years ago.
Yeah. I can't see Richmond making the eight this year for some
No,
reason. I just
I don't think
can't.
so. I mean, you guys, the Crows are the Crows beat
Well,
them.
look, yeah, I'll be surprised, even though the way we're playing right now, we got that win. I'll still be very surprised for us to make the top eight. I don't think the Crows can sustain it,
No,
being the age they are to this style of football for the whole season.
no, well, that's the
Um,
difference. That see how
but
see see Melbourne can just go slow and then know when to
yeah,
go
you know
hard.
what
You
I
know what I
mean.
mean? They just know.
Dictate the
Yeah,
tempo. That's a sign of a really good team.
yeah.
So they are the number one team right
They're gonna be
now,
hard to
and
beat, man.
yeah, I mean, the scoreline flatters Richmond in this game. Like you said, it should have been maybe even 10-goal win here. So,
Yeah, no, I think Melbourne. Yeah, the front runners, man. Catch us if you can. They're saying so. Um,
yeah,
but
definitely,
before
definitely.
we go to the next game, man, Zakal says Johnny G, good luck with your team tomorrow morning. Manchester
Thank you.
United versus Chelsea. What a game that's going to be.
I just want the season to end, Carl. So,
And then KP has joined the chat. He goes OMG,
nice.
and then he goes Johnny G is coasting,
I'm
and then
coasting.
and he goes KP goes Crows win the flag. So
Oh
big
wow!
statement, man.
I wonder what that's paying. I wonder what that's paying. It'll be at least 40 to 1,
At
at
least,
least.
at least. Nah, it'd be more than that probably. It'd be like 70, 80 to 1, I reckon.
Yeah, let's do a quick check while we're at it. So we got any more talk on the chat?
Zakal says KPG. Isn't KPG like a company?
JPG. Yeah, I reckon it is.
KPG. I love it, Zakal. I love it. Hi, KP, Zakal says. KP's probably driving home from training. United have made me so depressed I
Okay,
don't know what to do. That's
AFL.
what KP just wrote.
Adelaide paying 51 to
51 to
1.
1. That's a good bet, guys. Get on to the Crows to win the flag. KP has said it, so
Port, Port, Port Adelaide 41 to
yeah,
1.
so not too far off.
And if you want a sneaky bet on West Coast at 101 to 1,
Yeah,
Gold Coast are paying 200 to 1. I'd pick Gold Coast
for
over
sure.
West Coast. Jeez.
KPMG.
KPMG.
KP wrote, United have made him so depressed. I don't know. No, he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's a sad time. I just want the season to end, man. I don't. It makes me sick.
I know, man. It's just it is hard. I know how you feel, man. Because another loss from Port Adelaide would have sent me down the gurgler, but it is what it is, bro.
What did you know the record? How much Port's ever lost in a row? Is there such a record,
Oh no,
or
in
like?
2011 we lost heaps in a row. We lost
Oh, really?
like 13 in a row.
Okay. Oh well, there you go.
I saw some dark
All
days,
right.
man, back in the day.
Well, moving along. Hawthorn versus Sydney. This was actually a really close game until the last like
I
10
know
minutes, and then Sydney
you thought
Sydney just scored goal after goal. It was like every minute goal, goal,
you
goal, and it was end up being a 41-point win to
you picked
Sydney.
Hawthorn, and I was like, oh, Johnny's gonna pip us here in the tips, right?
I know. This Hawthorn's doing good, and then all of a sudden, just Sydney just bang, 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 and it was
Sydney scored
done.
9 goals in that last quarter. 9 goals. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, um,
yeah. I mean, is it Zakal's team, Sydney? Is that
Zakal would
his
be
team?
very happy because he's a Sydney supporter. So, Zakal, congratulations on that win.
Uh,
But
I think, yeah, Sydney's nailed on for a top 8
yeah,
minimum.
yeah,
So for their goal now will be to get a top 4 position, especially with Port Adelaide.
on.
Um, you know, they won't be around there. Port Adelaide's got their own problems going for the top 8 now.
That's right. That's right.
So for Sid, the opening for Sydney for that top 4 position, and yeah, they should be. Yeah, they could get it. They got the squad. They've got Franklin.
Well, they got the squad, man, and they're building nicely.
Mm,
I'm just scared that a good team, if you let them in front, like Hawthorn's a young side, man. So,
mm,
but
yeah,
if you let like a team like a Geelong have too much, like could they do 9 goals against them? You know what I mean? Like
yeah, that's right. That's
so,
right.
but yeah, Hawthorn are looking good, man. Like I know that last quarter, but like I think Mitchell's got them playing really well. They're
Yeah, I
just
mean, they got to talk about young squads. They got a young squad at the moment as well.
yeah,
So,
they're just defensively. I think at the end it just let them down, and they
yeah,
just leaked all those goals. And they're a young side, man. They're a young
yeah.
side rebuilding. So
I
if I
mean,
was a
I
Hawk,
was, yeah,
if I was a Hawk supporter, I'd be wrapped in the way they're going. So
yeah. It's sort of if it's a similar feeling I get as a Crow, the Crows team for Hawthorn right now. Like,
yeah,
it'll be a big bonus for either one of those teams to make the 8 this year.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
no, kudos to Hawthorn. They did lose by 41 points in the end, but it was a close game until the last 10 minutes or so. So,
Yeah, yeah, no. So
um,
when I saw this,
and actually, Hawthorn kicked the first 5 goals or something in that
well,
match.
there you go, there you go. So I'm telling you that their firepower, like the Hawks, are really good. They got some good forwards.
Mm, mm.
I just think defensively they just lack a little bit. That's all.
Yeah. So yeah, Hawthorn are doing. I wouldn't be too depressed if you're a Hawthorn fan. So
No, I've got a few chats in the chat before you start. The players don't care about my mental health at all. KP says.
yeah, it makes me sick.
And Jimmy T is here and he's blessed us with his
Can you?
presence. I'll bring up the Jimmy T graphic before we continue. Here we go. 1-800. Where is Jimmy T? Have you seen him? And he's in the chat, guys. Everyone, give a big prayer out to Jimmy T. Bless this podcast, Jimmy T. Bless this podcast. But he does say, "Hey lads, been preoccupied, saying my blessing." So
we love Jimmy T, man.
we do love Jimmy T. We do love Jimmy T. But guy,
To round off the review of last game was the Anzac Day clash. Even though there was 2 Anzac games, but the real Anzac game clashes between Essendon and Collingwood. This was a pretty good game, and yeah, it's always a close game between these two on this day, and Collingwood end up winning by 11 points.
I know. I was actually going. I actually picked the Bombers, and I thought they were going to pinch it at the end. But I
Mm.
think Collingwood just had a bit more class in the forward line, and yeah, they just in that last quarter just got away from the Bombers. So could have
Yeah, I
gone either
mean,
way. Bombers are still pretty crap. Like they're not that good
yeah.
of a team, but they did come and play for the big occasion, which was good to see. But
Mm.
they just
I
couldn't
mean,
get the job done.
Stringer came back, and he looked like he made a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
No, it was a good game though to watch. I was
Those
listening.
Dacos brothers are really good,
Yeah,
man.
they're brilliant, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're
Yeah,
really
they're
good.
really good.
And Collingwood have got a pretty good midfield all of a sudden with those two in there. You know, they got Adams, they got Lipinski. I know Sidebottom and Pendlebury are older now, but they've got some good players coming through to replace these types of players. So Collingwood are not looking too bad.
There was a guy that won the medal, and his name was what was his name?
Gideon. Uh,
Ginnivan.
yeah,
Anyway,
he kicked the bag.
he kicked the bag, and apparently Kane Corns was bagging him, saying this
Mm.
and this and this, and then like yeah, he pretty much stuck it up to Kane Corns. So
Well, Kane Cause is very opinionated in this space. So
he is. We should get him on the show one day and see what he says.
yeah, shout out to Kane Corns. Can we have a guest appearance? I'd love to meet Kane Corns,
He just
actually.
lives
So
down the road from me, man. He lives in Seacliff, I think.
just go tell him about HFD, man.
I'll
Tell
tell
him
him to come on.
to,
Oh my god, guys, I got some more things in the chat, guys. So
yeah.
Father Jim, Chris Goff says, Father Jim, bless us, Father. And Jimmy T goes, CG, I am here. No, it doesn't say I'm here. And KP goes, just made another guy sub for us from Arc. Oh, what a nice guy. What a nice guy you are, KP.
Good stuff,
And then
KP.
Jimmy T goes, bless us, oh God, bless our food, our drink, since you redeemed us so dearly and delivered us from evil, as you gave us a share in this food. So may you give us a share in eternal life. And,
Bata
and then
Limon.
and then Zakal goes, Chris C in August the 5th can watch WWE live in Sydney at August the 6th in Melbourne. There's 34 tickets still available if you want to go and watch them fight. I will see how it goes, Zakal. Um, I got to go to Melbourne and visit Chris Goff, so maybe we might do it.
I actually want to go to Melbourne and watch Man United's friendly against Crystal Palace.
Oh my God, Crystal Palace!
Yeah.
What a great game that'll be. You should
I
go,
just
man.
found that ticket. I just found out tickets there are about $200-300, and I can't believe it for a friendly match.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. Nearly $300 for a ticket to go watch a friendly match.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so
But you never get to watch your team, man. So might as well go do it.
I've seen him live, a few times, but yeah,
Yeah, maybe
it's
maybe KP will go with you. Split the bill.
he probably might agree with me that's a bit expensive, but I don't know what he thinks. But yeah,
Um,
it is. Busy.
the Dacos brothers are not half as good as their dad. KP reckons.
Well, it's early days. I know Dacos was the star, and but both of them are just. I think Josh has played his third season. Is he? This
Yeah,
is his third. Yeah,
yeah,
and Nick it's his first season. So and Nick looks like the better player,
he
and
does.
yeah. So I don't think Josh Dacos will be better than his old man. Maybe Nick over the years, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're right, Kerry. Dacos was a star, and can you say Gary Ablett was better than Gary Ablett Senior? I don't know. That's another debate as well.
They're
So
different players, man. They're different players.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they're different
So
kind of players. It's hard to compare. One's a midfielder, one's a forward. So it's hard to
mm.
compare those kind of players. But KP goes, no. Jimmy T goes, hey, Mr. Lachlan, how's the island going? But Mr. Lachlan looks like he's packed up his bag and gone back to his island.
Is
Kane,
Mr. Lachlan an island boy?
he's an island boy. He always sings, I'm an island boy, and I tried to make it. I'm an island boy from the Caribbean. All right, that's enough of that. Kane Corn's analyst is almost as bad as his kicking skills. That's what KP reckons.
Yeah, well, maybe.
And Jimmy T reckons I need to play Team Adelaide in Supercoach.
Bollywood superstars.
Anyway, what's the next game, man? What's the next game?
Well, that's the review, and we'll go on to round 7. Wow, it's round 7. Yeah, it is
Wait,
round 7. Okay.
was there another game on Anzac Day?
No, there was only the 2.
What was the other one?
It was Collingwood and Essendon, and Hawthorn and Sydney.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
Why was Hawthorn and Sydney on Anzac Day, by the way? It was a
I don't
weird
know.
game.
But before we start doing that, man, we'll look at the footy tipping. I'll bring it up and we'll show the
No,
results.
don't bring it up.
I have to bring it up, man. Everyone wants to see.
Can I get a prize for coming last year?
No.
I want
KP. All right, so KP scored 6 out of 9. Johnny G did the worst out of everyone this week. He got 4. Jimmy T he did the best. He got 8. He went against his team, man. He went against his team, the Crows, and that's what
I know.
stuck with me.
I picked the Crows every game this year, and I went Bulldogs. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, well, you are, man. And then I got 6. Yeah, I got 6 out of 9 for that one. And the ladder shows
Are
that
you?
I'm on 37 with Jimmy T. We're at 37. KP's at 32. And Johnny G, mate, you are struggling down the bottom there. So you really got to pick up your game this week, man.
What am I
Really
on?
got to pick up your game, man. Huh?
What am I on?
You're on 29.
Oh my god, I'm not even in the 30s yet.
No, no, no. And also, I'll bring up the Supercoach. Now you're doing a bit better in the Supercoach, I think, Johnny G. So
Yeah,
I'll
a
have a
little
look.
bit better.
We'll have a look
I'm
at
not.
the results that
I think
happened. So
KP's near the bottom.
KP's down. So I played Bollywood FC. So I played Jimmy, and I did defeat him 2136 to 2011. So sorry Bollywood. I just got the better of you that game. Luna Terror was defeated by Jimmy, another Jimmy. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. I think my players didn't do well, man.
It was a
I'm
hard round,
sorry.
man. It was a hard round, that one.
Like I had Hayes in there. He got injured right at the start.
Yeah,
Got McCartney got injured.
yeah,
Just injuries killed me, man.
yeah. And then KP, who did he play? He played. I'm just trying to see here who he played. Oh, he played Pirates FC, which is my mate Sandro, and got defeated again. So KP is struggling. Is struggling. So
I'm struggling.
this is the ladder at the moment. I'll bring up the ladder, and Wayne's World. I'm actually playing Wayne's World this week, so he's on top.
Team to
Uh,
beat. Team to beat.
Jimmy is 8th. No, 7th. He's sitting like if he
Oh,
loses again this week, that's it. He's out of the 8, man. So
that's why
uh,
he wants to play Team Adelaide.
that's right. And then yeah, Luna, you're on 10th. So I'm on 12th, and Kiriakos KP's at 16. So KP has some
Mm,
work to do, man.
he
And
does. He does.
next week, I'll show you where the next round is. So
Yeah.
Bollywood FC's facing Alia, man, and but it's
Oh,
projected to beat him by a few points, man. So it's going to be interesting. I'm playing Wayne's World, and I'm actually projected to beat him as well. But you know what they say about projections? They don't, you know.
yeah. Oh, I got project.
Luna Terror is facing Fahad FC. We have to get Fahad FC to win that one. We really do.
I'm sending a message to him to put crap players on.
Poor Fahad. And KP is playing the local football team, Jimmy.
Yeah,
But his projection is actually like pretty close to his. So I think KP has actually done some homework
that's
and
impressive.
is actually changing his team. So it looks like he's
Yeah,
projected to actually compete this week. So which is good. Before
nice.
we start with that guy, before we start with the round to come, we've got a few in the chat. Nowhere near that Macedonian Marvel. Who's the Macedonian Marvel again? Can you explain, KP? Apparently, James Heard's son's been playing for the Bombers soon. Okay. Don't at me is in the chat. Hey, how are you? Don't at me. We all tip the dogs. Johnny G, that's disgraceful. He reckons.
Who's that?
Don't at me.
I'm sorry, man. I'm a disgrace. I know.
He's a disgrace. And don't forget, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Don't at me.
I like you. Don't hate me. I
Don't-
like you.
All right, so let's see if our tipping is what we're going to tip this week, man. So, what's the first game, Johnny G? What's the first game? Round 7.
Hopefully, KP and Jimmy T are in there to chuck their tips in. But the first game, we've got Optus Stadium. Well, the West Coast Eagles versus Richmond.
Oh, mate, that's who I'm going for.
Well, look, let's go through
Where
the
is
ins and outs.
where is
Yeah?
it? Is it
It's in Optus. It's in the
Okay,
West Coast.
that's at West
Okay,
Coast.
so McGovern, Clark, Sam Petresky, Seaton, and William. Clark, and Seaton are in. So two of them are pretty good ins with McGovern and Petrarca
They are,
Seekin.
but I just think Richmond and watching them play last week.
Richmond in is Stack, Lambert, Grimes, Soldo, Rioli, and out is Tarrant, Cochin, Dow, Parker, and Ross.
Yeah, what? West Coast could probably come back and win it, eh? Like, they'll be pissed off from last week.
Oh,
What do you reckon, Johnny G?
well, I'm last, so I tip last.
I don't know.
Who is the leader of the board? Have we got any tips here from Jimmy T or KP coming through?
I'm going to go Richmond, man.
You know, Richmond?
Yeah, I'm going to go Richmond. I can't pick West Coast after that performance, man. Prove me
Yeah,
wrong.
man.
Prove me wrong, West Coast. Prove me wrong.
I know. I'm going to tip West Coast.
Are you serious?
Yes. West Coast for the W.
That's massive. Jimmy T, if you're still there and KP is still there, put your tips in the chat. I'll write them down. So, all right, man. Good luck, man. It's going to be, Can you just put it lower a little bit? Anyway.
All right, next game. Moving along. We've got Geelong versus Fremantle at GMHBA, whatever stadium.
Geelong
Was
versus
that in Geelong or where? Yeah, Geelong versus Fremantle. Tough game. But is that in Geelong, that GMBA game?
Yeah, I think Geelong.
Yeah. Yeah. Geelong are hard to beat there at the best of times, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. But Fremantle look good, man.
They do. They do. I mean, this is a tight game.
This is hard, man.
This is a very tight game.
Who are you going for, man?
I know you're the leader, man.
What? No way.
What?
All right.
Geelong versus Freo.
Because I used to live in WA and I used to go to a lot of Freo games when I was there. And I think they're playing really well. And I don't like Geelong. I reckon Freo.
Freo?
Yeah.
I mean, Fremantle have been playing really good. It's hard to look past them here.
Yeah, I think Freo, man. I think Freo, man. They're gonna shock. They're gonna shock them. They're gonna shock them. So that's what I reckon. Freo.
Yeah, if they win this game, they can really stand up and say, "Yep, finals." Look out.
Yeah. So Freo, you reckon?
I'm going Geelong.
After that whole spiel, man. Jeez. Oh yeah, like Freo's killer and this and that. Yeah, really well. Geelong. Like what? If anyone was watching that from any other country, they'll be like, "What?"
Moving along.
All right.
We got the Crows versus GWS in Adelaide.
Oh,
GWS
play well here.
They do play well here, and Crows seem to struggle against GWS. And obviously, Toby Green will go through the ins and outs. So, Crows are pretty much unchanged. And Jesse Hogan comes back in, so does Hamilton, and out goes Bruin, Stein, and Matt De Boer. So, their tag is out.
Yeah.
This is a must-win. If GWS want any finals this year, they have to win this game. If they don't win this game, it's, look at the trade season. That's simple as that. That they don't win this, they're done.
Yeah, no.
But Crows at home. Crows at home. It's Crows are in form. GWS are not in form. You know what I mean? It's like must-win game for GWS.
Yeah.
Not an easy game. The bookies have got them pretty even here.
What is it? What's the line? What's the
Crows are favourites at $1.70, and GWS $2.10. So yeah, I mean, slight favourites to the Crows at the moment.
I believe the Crows are going to keep going with that momentum they had last week. I really like the way they played and Tex played. I think Tex is going to have another big game. GWS still are struggling. Toby Green's still going to take a while to get to his best. Crows at home for me.
Yep, I agree. I'm going to Crows as well, Chris.
Crows, they better win, man. I'll be upset.
I can't go against the Crows.
KP says, what games have I missed? So you missed Richmond versus West Coast, and you missed Geelong versus Freo. So let us know who, and he went for the Crows as well.
Okay. Moving along, we've got Melbourne versus Hawthorn at the MCG. So I'll try and Mitchell's got the boys playing pretty well. Hawthorn are quite exciting to watch when they're on, but they're coming against the Melbourne Demons.
Yeah.
So
KP
there's not much.
KP's gone Richmond for that game.
Yep.
And Geelong, he's gone Geelong.
We've got the ins and outs.
Okay.
So Lever's coming in, McDonald, Viney, and going out is Petty, Sparrow, Jackson, and Pickett.
Yep.
And for Hawthorn, you've got Ward out, Magnumus out, Barris out, and you've got Bramble and Callow in. So players I've never heard before.
Yeah. Okay. I went Melbourne, man. You can't go past Melbourne at the MCG.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's just I think got to be a brave man to pick Hawthorn, and I'm going to go Melbourne.
Yeah. I mean, I think Hawthorn will give it a good hard crack. I reckon. It won't be.
Melbourne. Yeah,
it won't be as
Melbourne will lose a game this year, I believe, in the season, but you just got to be that
lucky
guy to pick it when it is. You know what I mean? They could be one of those games where you think it's not for sure. A bit like this game against Hawthorn.
Melbourne will win this week.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This could be a week that they just have an off week.
Yeah.
So, but you got to be a brave man to do it.
Nah.
And I'm going.
No, I'm going Melbourne. Melbourne at MCG.
Yeah.
I'll be at the Hawks game. Chris Goffs reckon. So, and KP went Melbourne as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the next game, I reckon, is going to be a close game. It is played at what stadium is this? Cazaly's.
That's in Cairns.
In
Cairns.
We got the Saints versus Port Adelaide. Then it's supposed to be a St Kilda home ground advantage. I don't know how that works out if it's in Cairns, but yeah,
I think
Saints versus the Power. Saints are in good form, and Port maybe just found a little bit of form.
Yeah, I think Saints are trying to build their supporter base up in North Queensland. So,
okay,
yeah, man. Look,
Saints are favourite here, $1.57 to $2.36. Any big ins and outs?
What are we saying?
Paddy Ryder's coming back in.
That's a big in, man. That's
Marshall's out.
Huge in, man.
But Marshall's out, so it's like for like Ruckman because
Paddy Ryder's a good Ruckman.
And Jones is out for Port.
Oh, yeah, Lockie Jones. Yeah, he was just a sub. It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
I mean, he's a good player, but he's not. Did they leave Avon in there?
Yeah, well, that's the only. They've only got one out, and that's it. There's no ins, nothing.
Yeah.
Charlie Dixon's still out for a while. Mackenzie, obviously, and Lysette and Fantasia.
Yeah.
So those four big guys for Port are still out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. You know what? $2. What was it? $2 what? 35.
$2.36 for Port.
That's a good bet, guys. Port's gonna win.
Port's gonna win.
Port's gonna win, guys. They're gonna come out and they're gonna beat St Kilda, and they're gonna keep going with the winning. So I think Port, they just got their mojo back, and I think it'll be a tight game. Don't get me wrong. It'll be a tight game because both teams are good. Both are good teams. But I just think Port, I've got too much to play for now with the season on the line. So I think Port will just win.
Well, I was going to tip whoever against whoever you tip, so I'm going the Saints. So Saints to win. They're in form. But if you had picked the Saints, I was going to pick Port.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, so Saints for me.
Do you think? So you think you can go either way? You reckon this game?
I think go either
Yeah,
way. I think you can.
yeah,
I think Port's got a great chance.
yeah. I think so too. But that's a big in. Paddy Ryder's a big in. So Sam Hayes
Yeah,
will have to be in good form.
yeah,
So
you know what I mean. It'll be big test for Sam Hayes, the
it will be.
youngster, but
But mate, that's how
um,
you learn, man, against the best. So
that's right. That's right.
anyway, but
So
yeah.
anyway,
Oh, by the way, guys, I will be doing a live watch along for that game. So that game starts.
oh,
That game does start. I have the graphic here. So oh no, I don't. That's not it. Sorry, wrong one. Here we go. Doing a live watch along, guys. Come join me for that game. Uh, it's starting at 7 o'clock or 6:55 Australian Central Standard Time. So if you guys are not doing much on Saturday night, come join me, screaming at the TV, going crazy at the TV. Yeah, it's always good fun doing the watch alongs. Hey, Johnny G.
yeah, that's right. It's very good
So
fun.
yeah, come join me, guys. We're gonna set up Johnny G to do watch along as well in the future. So you will get some watch alongs with Johnny G um,
Yeah,
joining the Crows.
there'll be a lot of cursing going on.
Yes, yes, and also, guys, with my watch alongs, they're not a commentary. I'm not a commentator like these other guys that do watch alongs. I just watch it and you just see my reactions and that's it. So like there's other people right that do watch alongs and they're like full on commentating, like, oh he gets the ball, vote goes, he's on 30 possessions, he hand passes, is like, dude, that's not me, man. So you come and watch a real
No.
person, a real supporter, actually reacting to the game. That's what it is. So anyway, Jimmy T reckons he sent his tips in. I don't know about that. KP went for the Saints. Port better wake up from the start though. Jimmy T, what are you? Are you our head coach? Maybe Jimmy T is the head coach, man.
GBT's wild,
Jimmy
man.
T is wild. Anyway, next game.
Next game, Marvel Stadium, Carlton versus North Melbourne.
Oh,
Now, there's a whole bunch of ins and outs for both teams. I think the bigger outs are for North here. They're missing Ford, Xeri, McKay, and some bloke I can't pronounce. But they got Coleman Jones in, Bonner, and Stevenson.
yeah.
And Carlton outs are Cortel, Pitternet, Parks, Sitterfield, and Boyd. And their ins are O'Brien, Stocker, Silvani, and Kennedy. And Kennedy's a pretty big in for
Kennedy's
Carlton
massive
there.
in, man. Massive in.
But the big things for North here, they've got no obviously Ben Cunnington for the year. Um, Jared Pollock, I don't know if you could call him a big out after his decline from leaving Port. Jed Anderson and Aaron Hall is out. You know what I mean? Like Aaron Hall's like, if not one of their best players.
Yeah.
And Ben McKay obviously suspended until round 8. And Stephenson is illness, and Xeri, the ruckman. So look, very undermanned North Melbourne here.
I know, man. I know. Look, I can't go past Carlton in this one, especially with Kennedy in. He's an awesome midfielder.
Yeah.
Silvani's back in as well. Um, yeah, I just think Carlton are just going to be too good. They'll stay in the 8 this week. I reckon it'll be a nice percentage booster for them.
Yeah.
And you know what's a funny thing? You know, McKay, is it Harry McKay that plays for Carlton? He's got a
Yeah.
twin brother that plays for, I think, Ben McKay that plays for North Melbourne.
Yeah, he's
You
out.
know, you
Yeah,
know,
he's
for their
out.
whole careers, every time they play against each other, Carlton and and North Melbourne, they never get to play against each other. Like something always happens when they never play.
Well, Ben McKay suspended, so he must have done
Yeah,
something
yeah.
to
So
avoid
this
the
week he's
game.
not playing against his brother again. It's like, and it always happens. So like they've never played, never faced off against each other. So it's weird. It's really weird. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, $1.20 Carlton. Carlton for me,
Yeah,
man. They'll win easy, I think.
the Blues supporters will be happy. I think this weekend.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it'll be all Blues all round tipping, unless KP pulls the North
Nah,
Melbourne out of the hat.
KP said Blues. So
Blues?
Jimmy
Yeah.
T reckons he messaged me his tips, but I can't see my messages at the moment, so I'll have a look at them later, man.
Yeah.
I'll get the tips out tomorrow,
Just-
or tomorrow before the game starts. So they'll be on our Instagram, guys. So if you guys go on the Instagram, you'll see them there. All right, what's next, man?
Yeah. The MCG, the early game between Collingwood and Suns. So Collingwood, you could say, better form than the Suns. Is there any big ins and outs here? What do we got? Mason Cox, Brown, Bianco, and Begg are in. Well, look, the big outs for Collingwood really. Grundy is out, Noble is out, Kruger is out. So those three are pretty big outs because all three of those players are in their first 22 easy. So
Yeah.
especially Grundy.
Yeah.
Big ins for Lukosius is back in for the Suns. Farah as well. Rory Atkins, ex-Crow, in.
Yeah.
Outs is Sharp, Corbett, and Powell.
Okay.
So the bookies got Collingwood favourites, obviously, at the MCG.
Yeah.
Obviously, Collingwood play really well there. Look, Suns got a chance to win this game. They really do, especially with the Ruckman out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a chance to win this game.
I just think.
But who you
I
tipping,
just
big
think
man?
the MCG. You said the MCG, right?
Yeah.
I just think Pies are just too good at the MCG for the Suns at this stage. So I'm going for the Pies, man.
Go for the
Even though they
Pies.
got that out with Grundy's out. How long is he for? 3 months. So yeah, it is a big out, but I just don't think. I could be wrong, man. It could make a difference, but I think the Pies are going to win that one. I just think. But I'll be if the Suns win, I'll be happy for them. But I just don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, the Suns losing Ben King for the season is just,
Yeah, that's hard.
you know, that's hard,
Yeah.
man. I'm going for Collingwood. Collingwood will win this game, I reckon.
Yeah. Before you go for the next games, that Carl goes, okay, take care, Chris, Johnny G, and everyone in the live chat tonight. Good luck this weekend with your AFL and NRL and soccer teams, and take care and stay safe, and good night. Good night, Zakal. Thank you so much for coming in. We always love you in the chat. We'll see you on the next show. If you can join us on the watch along coming on Saturday, we'll be there. KP's gone Pies, and Mr. Lachlan is back from his island, and he goes Zakal. He just
I'm in the island, boy.
He's an island boy, man. He's one of the island boys. So, what's
All right. Well,
next game? Was that it? No.
nah, it's two more games. Next game is getting played at, where is this one? Marvel Stadium. Bulldogs versus Essendon. They must win games for both of these teams, really. More so the Bulldogs. Any big ins? Rourke Smith, Vandermeer, Wallace, and Crozier are in an extended squad. And you got Hugo Hagen that's out. And Essendon, not much change. You just got Cutler coming in. So
I've got to say the Bulldogs, man. I think Essendon, they could win, but I think the Bulldogs probably just have too much star power at the moment.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not confident in saying that, by the way, but I just think the Bulldogs at Marvel, even though Essendon do play Marvel really well, I think they'll just be too good, just a bit above class than the Bombers. So
yeah, I got to go to Bulldogs in this one. It's do or die for Bulldogs. They got to win this game. It's just plain and simple. They have to win.
They got to win that. Yeah, if they don't win that one, then would you think there's a bit of alarm bells?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Same situation as Port Adelaide. You know what I mean? They'll be very difficult from where they are.
Yeah. So they're desperate. That's what I'm saying. They're all desperate. So
yeah, and Bulldogs and Port, I would have tipped to be in the top 4 maybe this year. So
can you give any like?
I can because
to the Bombers.
Because Bulldogs aren't playing well. You know what I mean? So these two both aren't playing well. Whoever like they say, whoever rocks up on the day here can easily win this game.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think without Zach Merritt in that team for, for Essendon, it's just not enough in that midfield to take on the Bulldogs midfield. That's the only thing. If Zach Merritt was playing, I would have gone maybe Essendon here as a bit of an upset.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
yeah, but no Merritt. That's their best player, man. And
Yeah,
Bulldogs have got their best player playing, and here's Montempelli and McRae and these lads. But they just need to find their
yeah,
form. That's what it
yeah,
is.
that's right. So
If they find their form, they kill with the Bombers.
that's right.
So
And as I said before, they're very Norton centric. So once Bruce comes back in, they're going to be a better team as well. The
yeah,
Bulldogs.
and this is the next game for me is probably the hardest game in a round to pick at the SCG. Still, Sydney versus Brisbane, and both teams are in red hot form. I reckon. I reckon
Oh
Brisbane even more
man, this
so.
is a hard one.
So I
Oh,
don't know if there's any big outs or anything. Um, I'm looking at the Sydney outs. Not really. You got obviously Paddy McCartan, who's in my super coach, is out. Papley's in. So Papley's a big in for Sydney. And Sam Reed as well.
Sam Reed. Oh yeah, yep, they're a big in.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
Cockatoo and Devon Robinson in for Brisbane. So not much big changes to the squads. I
Mm,
mean, Papley's probably the biggest thing. He's like an X factor player for Sydney. So
no, this is a tough
yeah,
one, man.
this is really tough, man.
Um,
Each holding a 5-1 record.
who did Jimmy T go for? Brisbane versus Sydney. Amanda reckons Brisbane,
Yeah,
so I might have to go with her. I'm just gonna do that.
Amanda.
She reckons Brisbane,
Okay.
but don't be surprised if it's at Sydney. It's at the SCG.
So whoever you're going, I'm going against you on this one because it's a 50-50. I need to, chances of
Well,
catching
you know
up.
what?
So I'll go.
KP wrote in the chat. All I have to do is pick the same tips as John every week, and I can't lose the tips.
That's true. That's true.
So he's just waiting on to see what you pick now.
Well, if you pick Brisbane, I'm picking Sydney. If you pick Sydney, I'm picking Brisbane.
What are,
So
what are you leaning towards though?
I can't say.
Why?
Hurry up and lock your tip in. Did you say Brisbane or Sydney?
All right, Brisbane. Never.
All right, I'm Sydney. How many ones have I got different to you this week?
You got Richmond. You went West Coast. I went
Yeah,
Freo. You went Geelong, and then the other ones, you Crows is the same. Melbourne the same. You went Saints. I went Port. Carlton the same. Pies the
that's
same.
three.
Bulldogs the same, and then you've gone Brisbane. So four different ones.
Four different ones. So I need those four. If I get those four right, I'm back in the
You're
hunt.
back in the hunt, man. Oh, KP went Sydney because you went Sydney. But you know what? KP did pick Richmond and you picked West Coast, so it is one. He could you could go up one him. You could go up. You could yeah elevate
Yeah,
one up.
I could catch him by
That's right.
one. And Jimmy T probably sends his tips on Monday and gets 9 out of 9.
Oh wait, have I got Jimmy T's tips here? No, I thought he might have sent them on. I don't have him here.
Wait, Jimmy T, where's Jimmy T? Now we say, where's Jimmy T's
Where's Jimmy
tips?
T's? You won't get them until Monday.
We get it until Monday, and so you know that happens.
Far out. That's a big round, man. That's a massive round of footy. As I said, I am
Yeah,
doing the watch along on. I'm doing the watch along.
I think that game will be a good game,
Yeah, I'm
Saints
doing. I'm
and
doing.
Port.
I'm doing the watch along live. So come join me, guys.
I think it's going to be a close game
We're
there.
going live at 6:50. So 10 to 7.
Mm.
I'll go live. So guys, come join me. It's going to be fun.
I'll be in the chat, man, at work.
You'll
I'll be
be in
watching.
the chat, and yeah, it'll be a lot of fun, guys. So make sure you guys, it's already put your notifications on, guys, because so if you go into the actual video, you can put your reminders in that it's going to be on. So yeah, come join me, guys. I love doing it. It's good fun, and yeah, can't wait to do more of them. To tell you the truth. So
Yeah, man, it's a good week of footy and and you're betting syndicate again, I believe.
I know, man. It is my betting syndicate. So I won last week. I put money on the Crows, and they won by 1 point. So
That's the
I might
best.
put some more. I might do like I might just keep picking favourites. I put the whole 50 on, and then like
Yeah, why not?
guys, before we do go, guys, make sure you check out our merch, hfdmerch.myspreadshop.com.au. We've got hats, we've got mugs, we've got t-shirts, we've got hoodies. That mug there, have you seen Father Jim? 1-800 Where's Father Jim? That's the mug that you want to be drinking coffee from. It's amazing. And yeah, guys, just make sure you go check it out. It supports us if you buy any item from there. So yeah, guys, check it out. But yeah, Johnny,
Definitely.
you are
What's that, sorry?
Johnny, you are a nice guy, and hopefully you are a
Le who, the her.
hopefully.
Hopefully.
But no, Johnny.
Oh, man.
But before we go, Johnny, I just got a picture of you. So you're looking pretty buff these days, man.
Don't embarrass me, man.
You're looking massive, bro.
I'm huge.
You're huge, man. You're huge. But anyway, guys, thanks for coming. If you're brand new to the show, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Good to have you. Johnny G will be back next week for the next AFL podcast. Guys, I'll see you Saturday. I'll see you soon, Johnny G. Peace out.
No
Take
worries.
care, guys.
Peace out,
Stay
guys.
hunky.